Music appreciation 101.
I wanted to ask you about adapting your teaching method to like a passive medium where it's not like directly like you're having a conversation or you're like reacting to a student, but you're instead like filming videos. I've always kind of wondered about that. Like, was that a challenge? Are there different techniques that you kind of employ, or does it not feel passive because you're getting comments and feedback and you're kind of going back and forth?
I feel like, I don't know, like to me, it doesn't feel that much different from like sitting with a student and like wanting to like show them some sort of concept. Yeah, I guess like the main difference would be like, it's not just immediate, like I'm sitting talking to somebody feedback. But I don't think it was necessarily a challenge because like, I mean, I don't know, like so much of my personality, I feel like shows through in the videos that like for me, it's just as simple as like talking to a camera instead of like just talking to myself in my own head about like, on guitar.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that's what I'm doing is just sitting there like thinking about what I'm going to say and then just like saying that.
Yes.
I feel like where the real challenge comes in is like wanting to personalize it for each individual person, right? Because like everybody has their own needs and their own, you know, they have their own questions and stuff like that. Which is what's great about private lessons as opposed to like just filming a 20-second guitar lesson, you know, like Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel, you know, crazy different, you know, again, like it's just me talking about whatever the concept is, you know, as easily as I would try to explain some other concept in real life, except actually probably even easier because I'm not sitting there getting tongue-tied talking to somebody, you know, trying to like on the fly think about a concept and then how to like verbalize it to make sense. You know, I kind of sit in my room and, you know, talk it out loud until it sounds about right. And then I just kind of go for it.
Cool.
A lot of what I talk about in those videos is really just trying to name the notes that I'm playing, you know, because like if you know all the notes and I tell you what note it is, you're gonna be able to find the note. It's, you know, it's a guitar. It's not that complicated. It's like, right there.
Right.
Seeing it too. So it's like one of the notes, you know, I feel like people are able to learn just as much from 20 seconds of a 20-second Instagram video as much as they would if I just had 20 seconds to sit there and tell somebody about something.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I get sidetracked
yeah, totally.
all over the place.
Totally. That's a great point. Yeah, I wonder, you know, I always see people, they're usually people that haven't like learned or something that they just kind of throw out like, oh, you can just learn it all on YouTube or you can just learn it all through TikTok. And like yes and no, I guess. Like, yeah, you can, but I definitely think like that other half, like we talked about, of like playing with others or private lessons, or like it can be any combination of those things. I still find a lot of like value in the stuff in between the gaps.
Yeah, it takes so much of just like looking at somebody and watching them do it and like finding a really strong like connection with what somebody is playing is. Yeah. Especially if you find someone who hopefully they're alive, you know, hopefully you don't some like long dead guitar hero, but like watching them do it and in real person too, you know, because like, that's what was so great about having Andrew was that he lived across the street from my parents in San Diego. And so like, you know, I could see him anytime I wanted to really, you know, he would bring over his guitar, we'd sit around. You know, he would like leave amps at my parents' place and like I could just like play through his amp and he would like leave guitars sometimes and like, you know, it was like stuff like that where it's like you really just, you become so much more connected to it by like being physically there and by like seeing it happen in real person. Because that can also demystify a lot of it too. Like I feel like there's a certain level that you can get to where you know, you'll be able to like look at somebody play something on guitar or any instrument, well, you know, if you're fluent enough in it, you look at anybody play something on guitar and like you can kind of understand the gist of what it is that's going on, regardless of how well your ear is trained, you know. But like sitting there watching somebody do it, it's you get a lot of information. And you see how their hand is moving, you can see exactly what the inflection is, you know, maybe like are they picking all those notes? Are they not picking all those? Because it can be tough to tell sometimes, you know, like in the red, it's like, you know, people throw legato licks around that sound like they're picked,
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You know, they're, you know, it's crazy and it can be tough to tell sometimes.
Oh, I totally agree.